What's up guys, this is Sean and today we're going to check out Straits Residence at Straits Quay, Penang. Beautiful though. This seems to be a very themed, very well done development, and this is the pinnacle of the entire real estate market in Penang. So if you talk about the Mont Kiara or Desa Park City of Penang, right, it's definitely this location itself. And that's judging based on a few things. So you look into the roads, right? The normal roads is already 3 lanes, which is very comfortable. Then you have this center lane, which all the trees and landscape, which is amazing. You can hear a lot of birds. When people say it's very dense, right? Actually it's not. It's full with all landed properties around, just like it was blocked by these few blocks of Santorini. So I'm now walking towards Straits Quay, which is like their commercial area for the entire development, right? Then Straits residents can straight away access to this place where there's also offices. This is like a real different side of Penang. I'm so excited. Woohoo! This is the center court where everybody gets to hang out. So you have the Royal Selangor here, you have the Sam Groceria here, a lot of appointment-based offices here. What I really like is the colonial architecture theme. Like if you look into the balustrades, you look into the structural items, right? Even the bus stop is themed. We are at the Marina where people will park their yacht. So it's a different class altogether. So when you have facilities like this, the entire real estate transformed into a very luxury segment. So based on my tour around the Marina's retail center, I didn't see any Malaysians at all, besides the one working. It's like Japanese, Koreans, the Ang Mohs. Next to the retail, right, you have this boulevard where people would just hang out around. Imagine having your cocktail or your dinner next to the yacht. Then at night there will be sea breeze and all. Ooh, so awesome. So people from Straits Residents can just enjoy that on top and below. Wow, I really don't mind retiring here. So generally the feel of the mall, right, it's seriously not Malaysia lah. What a lingo that you listen around, right? Yeah, I was just hanging out at Starbucks for a while. So let's just get our coordinates right first, right? This is Tanjung Tokong, then this is the Strait, and the entire Penang here, right, this is located at the right top corner. So for foreigners or KL people, right, we are very familiar with the Batu Ferringhi Tanjung Bunga. This is right next to those areas. It's considered a very luxury location. Coming in, right, to Straits Quay, and you can see it's just breathtaking, especially when you look at the drone shot. Then there's this new addition to the entire structure called Straits Residence. And there's 246 units here with some retails on the bottom, but generally it's just complementing whatever that is built. What's exciting is this rooftop facility up here. Imagine when you are just dipping here and look at the marina and the coast. Wow. So one of the main concerns now, there's an addition of the reclaimed land development. This seems to be the main road. So that is something that you guys need to know. Looking at the layout and the price range, right, here used to be 1,400 per square feet. It's those like really out of the blue kind of pricing, and it has been received. So currently it has dropped a little bit because of the COVID. Now let's check out the show unit. So this is a 2-bedroom suite. It's 1,292 square feet. So there's 2 bathrooms, 1 powder room and 2 bedrooms. So per floor there's 13 units. And what I really like, right, north point is this side. It means that this side is facing north, this side is facing south. If you were to come in the unit here, what we will see immediately is this wall, which I kind of find very weird. The living room and the kitchen here, there's no wet kitchen. Then there will be a balcony. Then you go on to the other side, there will be a powder room here and the 2 bedrooms on this side. What I like is that division of public open space versus your private space. And it's pretty obvious that this is not a local Penangite layout. Coming in from the foyer, so something to point out, right, it's the usage of material is already very, very luxurious. Yeah, so just now when we look at the floor plan, it's a block, but you can actually soften it with paintings and mirrors and things like that lah. So ID treatment up to you. Your shoe cabinets, and all units comes with smart lock. Apparently it's very common here in Penang. So this side will be the private spaces where your bedrooms are, and this side will be the more active spaces. And check it out. So what they did is they merged the kitchen, the dining and the living all together, right? And imagine if you are in level 20, you open up the curtain and having the sea view as your backdrop, right? It's just sensational. This is a more enclosed kitchen where you can do cold cooking lah. Not so much of tai chow, but there's a possibility that you can actually frame this up using the glass and all. Something cool to also take note is that almost everything you see is what you will get. That includes the oven and the microwave, everything by Electrolux and Beko. Your hood and hob as well by Beko. That's nice. You have your fridge here, built in and camouflage along with the cabinets. Again, it's not designed for locals, so the preference for yard is not applicable here. You have the washer this side. Yeah, it's kind of weird. This is your long solid surface countertop. Next to this space will be the dining, then the living already. So in this kind of setting, right, the entire communication among family members, it's constantly there. Unless you want to go to your room, then it's okay lah. When you're hosting guests, right, it's really very friendly to have this kind of setting. While you cook, you can still entertain them. And I like the furnitures. You look at the stone furnish, then the timber flooring. Wow, then the 4.5 meters width with that 3.3 meters height, and it's amazing. So in accordance to Michael, again, there's like 5 to 6 different international schools here, and obviously we know why lah, because this is really targeted international market, and the price range now for this is around 1.3 million. Like if you want to buy properties for investment, you want to buy properties for own stay, right? After you reach a stage where your 10th, 11th property, you want to add a trophy piece to that collection, I think this would be one of it, because you look into that yacht living, that lifestyle oriented developments, right? This is pretty sweet. Also at this range, it's foreigner friendly, where I think generally all the furnitures it's covered, but for more details do check out with Michael's team. Just that now the only challenge is the MM2H program that's currently being freeze because they shift from tourism department to another, don't know who yet, and the pandemic, right? So those are the main concerns right now for this project. So this full ceiling to floor window, right, it's just going to be breathtaking when it's facing the sea lah, right? Then you have that 5 feet balcony where it's going to be amazing. Not only they like throw back to the conventional architecture themes, right, they are going to implement Amazon Alexa into the home, so you kind of live in the forefront of technology lah. Let's check out the bedrooms. This is a 1 meter width, but it's a very short one, so it's not that claustrophobic, but I like the timber floorings. On this side, you have the common bathrooms where stone furnish, and let's check out the specs. This looks like a hotel. Okay, then you have Toto WC. Apparently plaster and paint furnish for the toilet, right? It's a different school of thought. Many may think that, hey, I want tiles, easy to wipe and all. But this is a powder room, so it's not supposed to be wet. So this seems to be a better treatment instead of having full tiles. Then you also have like mechanical ventilation here. I like the full size mirror. Next to it, you have 2 bedrooms. Let's check out the smaller bedroom first. Queen size bed, 11 feet ceiling height, a lot of room for circulation. And what really stands out for me, right, it's the convenience. I kind of get best of every world possible. So I have the Marina, and it's pets friendly, so during the weekends, right, there's a lot of people bringing their pets, walking around here. Then a layer from there, you have all the coffee houses and restaurants and pubs, right? Then once you drive out, right, it's all residential. It's not like those mountains of developments that we see before. Generally, it's still very, very low dense. Then next to the bedroom, you will have this window, and just imagine this being the sea view. And I like that it's not full height, so this kind of details are way easier to manage. So you will have that drop in ceiling height a little bit for your aircon and utilities, and they will have their own ensuite bathroom. Very nice. Okay, again, it's by Toto WC shower screen, and I really like the different approach to the toilet though. Like this is the dry area, hence there's no tiles, but they focus on the furnitures for the shower area instead. So they are giving you Grohe top range spec, right? And rain shower as well. Very, very nice. Moving on, let's head on to the principal bedroom. So for foreign buyers, many choose to own here because of the price range lah. MM2H, right? The duration of stay becomes restricted, but if you're under the MM2H program, you're qualified to have higher loan margins and you are exempted from the levy, which is like 3% of the selling price. So if this is like 1.3 million, right, it's like 40,000 ringgit if you're a foreign buyer. So you have your queen size bed, enough room for bedside tables, your circulation space. What's going to be the sweet one, which is this balcony in the future. Next to this will be all your wardrobe, your walk-in wardrobe. This will be the hero space, my favorite space of all. Look at the overwhelming finishes. Here you have your shower area, your bathtub, your WC, stone furnished bathrooms. To me, this is as good as a hotel, if not better already. Whatever in Tanjung Bunga, right? Again, because there's lack of ventilation, so you use mechanical ones. I like that compartment. And you have your towel holder. Basically, whatever you see, right, is going to be whatever you get. But please do check with the sales team on whatever is provided or not lah. And as we mentioned this many times already, the main difference between a new project and a sub-sale is the promise to common areas. So if you look into the swimming pool, the jacuzzi, the gym room and things like that, right, generally are the same because it's a requirement by the government. But the only variance is the furnitures and the number of things inside those spaces. So there's something to take note, but generally if you look into the reputation of this developer, they are generally very famous for their workmanship because they are also a main contractor for the entire development in this area. Sweet. This is the Marina, this is Straits Quay, and that's Straits Residences, right? So if you look into the distance, that's the bridge to the new reclaimed land areas. And in the reclaimed land areas will be consisting of terraces, apartment, so it's going to be by phase, and it's one of the hottest topic around here. And when you think about it, why do they reclaim here? Because the land cost here, it's worth it. It kind of illustrates the prestige, the rarity of this location. So I guess that's about it, guys. It's now time for Sean take 3 on 3. 3 things I really like. Number 1, definitely the location. This is one of the pinnacle, the most atas address for locals, right? So when you tell people you stay Straits Quay, right, lama, ini orang kaya ni. Jadi si ulu hilang liao. That is also because this entire development, right, really resembles the Desa Park in KL plus Puteri Harbour because of the Marina. So that's point number 2. I like the entire setting where they still built a strata landed township, right, and it feels very comfortable. They have put in a lot of effort in terms of the infrastructure, where you can see the roads are wider and it's more well built. Then you have more landscape treatments, and overall, right, the surrounding is very well themed. If I were to stay upstairs, right, you can just come down for anything. Basically don't have to drive out unless you want Hokkien Mee lah. And last of all, I like the architectural treatments of the layout lah. The clear demarcation of private and public spaces, right? You host your guests is on one side of the corner, and the kitchen is 4.5 width with that high ceiling height of 11 feet, right? You really can feel the scale. Not only that, in the toilets, right, it's like a 5-star hotel standard. 3 things I don't like. Number 1 is the reclamation construction works lah. So if I were to stay there, in front of it will be the main road for the entire piece of island to be reconstructed. Yeah, so I'm quite concerned about the noise of the trucks and the construction vehicles and things like that lah. So that's going to be easily another 10-15 years. That seems to be a concern. Number 2, if you're buying this as a trophy or you're buying it as a own stay, then it makes a lot of sense, because like investment wise, right, you are only looking at capital appreciation. The general returns for rental right here, not as great, but I seriously won't mind staying here lah. Retiring here, not bad man, got sea breeze and all. Last of all, it's the price. So it used to be 1,004, now it's around 1,000 to 900 per square feet. Let's just face it, like, it's definitely not for locals. Hence, you can look the entire treatment of spaces, architecturally and financially, right, it's really out of the budget for local folks. When a pandemic like this happened, or the MM2H got clamped down, right, these are the risks for such properties because it really depends a lot on people from Hong Kong, from Singapore, from Korea or Japan, right? Penang is one of the best ideal places to retire. Hence, if you're buying this as an investment, right, so the risk is rather big because you're only targeting a very specific target audience. So I guess that's about it. Very rare we get to close next to the coastal area, right? This is so good. I can really get used to this. But shout out to Michael's team, right, for showing me around. So do I like this project? Yes. So I'm now considering, like, when I'm like 60, right, do I sell off everything and like live here? So if you really like this video, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.